I don't actually know what my plan for this video is. It's more like I'm just gonna do my makeup and say whatever comes to my head, really, to be honest with you. It is also really late. I say really late, it's like 3:20 and I'm only just filming. At this point I've already finished filming, but yeah, so we're here now and we're just gonna go with it. I mean, my face is doing a thing. I don't have no clue what it's doing. Scar's playing up today more than normal, so yeah, we're just gonna go with it. I feel like today's just gonna be a chit chat kind of day and me just put my makeup on while I tell you stories. So when I say I have no clue what I'm gonna do for this video, I actually do mean it. Because I kind of, not that I ran out of ideas, I just didn't think of any for this. So you're just gonna hear story time more than anything. And anything that I'm using on my face, I'll put like in the description box so that you actually know what I've put on. But for the most part, it's gonna be me rambling on. So if you wanted, I would go get a cup of tea, some popcorn or some snack, pause the video, go get it, and then come back. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Adrianna-Jade. If you Google me, you would actually find me, which actually right now is my only claim to fame. Like if you Google me, you would find me. You would find my Instagram, my Twitter, and also my BBC Radio Solent program that I did, a one-off that I did last year, which was actually really, really great, and it was a lot of fun to do. So if you Google me, you would find that. If you are not already following me on Instagram, you probably should do that, because why not, really? My handle on Instagram is actually the same thing as it is on, what is this? YouTube. So Miss Adrianna-Jade is, I mean, it's the same thing, quite honestly. I recently started reading a lot again, and I think I actually got that from my mum, because my mum growing up, she just read and read and read everything, anything, and there's always a giant box of books under the table or under the bed that she used to read. So I got it from her, basically. So my favorite genre of book is fantasy fiction. So anything, you know, like the one I've just finished, The Folk of the Air, Throne of Glass, which is the next series once I finish my current set of books that I'm gonna buy. Twilight, although I never actually read the Twilight. Did I ever read the Twilight books? No, I never read the Twilight books. I watched the films. You know, I read all of the Vampire Diaries. Even though the show, the actual TV series is so incredibly different than the actual books. I never read the Harry Potter books, which I probably should do, considering I've seen all the films about God knows how many times, like every other, you know, normal person on the planet. So I probably should get those books and read them. Also, funnily enough, like I was never that, you know, intrigued by like the Lord of the Rings. Like I've also watched the films, yeah. I mean, everybody's seen the films. You're more than likely to find somebody who hasn't, who has and who hasn't. So like I've already seen the films loads and loads of times, but I've never read the books. And for some reason, I could never, like, because I had The Hobbit, but for some reason I could just never get into it. Like, I don't know what it is. I could never get past like chapter 3, and the book was written for children, and for some reason I could just never just read it. I have no clue why. It's also annoyed me, but you know, it's there. And then I had I still have The Picture of Dorian Gray, which obviously is, you know, one of the classics. Like, if anybody who, you know, is even intrigued in reading, you know which the classics are. And I have it, and I'm yet to read it. Again, no clue why I haven't. Growing up, like when I was in school, we had like a book exchange like every week, and one girl, her mum, she bought all of the Nancy Drews and Hardy Boys books. Like, growing up, like, that's like, you know, anything that you wanted to read, it was always a Hardy Boys or a Nancy Drew sort of novel. And we had them, and we, you know, we read them every single week, and they were great. I had some on my shelf even in my room when I was little. And then, I don't know, I think, how old was I when I stopped? Kind of. I think I was like halfway through college, because I'm a first or second year of college, that I kind of fell out of love with, I say fell out of love, I just kind of stopped reading, essentially, when I was in college. Didn't read much then. And I forgot, it's only recently, because the book I started reading, which kind of got me back into it, was literally The Folk of the Air. I had the second one, so The Wicked King. I didn't even realize it was a series. when I was on work experience, I got that while I was there, and I didn't realize it was a trilogy. So I just bought, like, you know, a couple months back. So I was like, okay, that's fine. Like, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, I'll read it. Like, you know, there's no harm that's gonna come from me just reading the book. So I did, and then I kind of literally fell in love with it. I didn't put it down, and then I proceeded to buy the entire trilogy, and then I sort of, you know, just I just did a massive shop of books from Waterstones. Really, that was my splurge. I mean, it's a splurge that my mum approves of, because, you know, books and, you know, all of that jazzy stuff. And now I'm just like, yeah, like, why not? Because I love books, and the best thing about them, which is why I preferred fantasy. Ooh, does that look orange? Wait, do I look orange? Oh god, I look orange. Okay, that's fine, I can fix that. I said I can fix it. I'm pretty sure I can fix it. Wait, concealer. This is what happens when you don't go outside in the sun, right? You get so pale. Like, funny enough, this is actually my summer color. It's not, because usually I would try and match my chest, and you can see, like, they're different colors, like, ever so slightly, but I needed this to be a little bit more golden, not orange. Oh well, such as that. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I basically just couldn't put the book down. That's my episode. Hold on. Oh, then Mummy Dearest a chain for her glasses, because she is blind and she needs them, and she never has them on, and she always ends up losing them and never knows where they are, and then I have to find them for her. So I wanted her a pair of them. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, I basically just couldn't put the book down, and that's when I know, like, I really like a book. And now I have a lot of splurges and a lot of things that I just spend money on that I don't need to, but I do. Now books are one of them. Because books aren't cheap, like, especially hardback books. And even though fantasy fiction is, like, my favorite genre, it doesn't mean that, you know, that's the only thing I read. I did buy Beloved by Toni Morrison, another classic that I just haven't read yet. I already had The Picture of Dorian Gray. And what else did I buy? I bought a Greek mythology one. I think it's the Anthology of Greek, something like that. Because I love Greek mythology. Like, when I was in school, that was, like, one of the things I excelled best at. Because I just loved Greek mythology, so, but one of them. And so what I thought, like, because, like, I have the time now as well, I thought, while you're here and you have the time and you have a degree in journalism, use it. So I thought, I'm gonna start a blog and do book reviews, but not only book reviews, I do the other things that, you know, that really interest me. So, you know, makeup, fashion, even I'm not a fashion guru, I'm not a makeup guru, but, you know, the things I enjoy. Food, Lord knows I love food more than I probably love myself. So, you know, I love to cook, I love to do all of them things. So part of me is like, why not just start writing and actually, you know, do something while you have the time to do it, and who knows, maybe, you know, it'll take off into something. So that's why I said, like, in my last video, like, I'm gonna do makeup and story time, but not like actual reviews of a book. It's more like, if you want to read the book but you don't want spoilers, don't watch the video. Essentially, do not watch the video. If you've already read it and you just want my commentary on it, then watch the video. Simple. Books are great. They're a gateway into a different world and a different life and a different way of seeing things. Personally, why I like fantasy books more than anything, it's just an escape from the crazy world that is reality and the crazy world that we actually live in. Hell, we nearly started World War III last year. So, you know, reading those things is just a way to just go away from the world for a bit and just not have to think about it. Which I guess, you know, some people might say it's really naive to think of it like that, but everybody has their escape. Everybody, you know, has the thing that they do. And for me, books does, and it's not just me. Like, loads and loads of people over the world do it. And for generations and generations, they have done it, and they will do it still. So, you know, it's not exactly the most, you know, insane of reasons to love reading. And when I tell you, My first boyfriends, or the first people I had crushes on, were all fictional characters from books. Like, I don't care what anybody says, we all fell in love. All us book readers fell in love with bad boys through books. That's the reason we like them. That's the reason. Because in the books, well, they're not just bad boys. They have a reason. There is something to that. They're not just one-dimensional. You're just a sorry. Like, there is something to them. Like, sorry, but it's just flew over. Like, in literally the last one, so in The Folk of the Air, The Cruel Prince of Carden. Carden is your textbook bad boy. He is bad for you. If you ever told your mama that, mama, I like him or I'm dating him, she's going to slap you so hard and so quick. You're even going to finish getting the words out. Right? But you read the book and you learn more about his character, and you see him interact, and you see him say things, and you understand him. Like, you understand where he's coming from. You understand that he's not just, like, he may not be a nice person, but he's a good person. And as twisted as his morals may be because of that whole book, and we'll get onto that in a different video, you understand it. And I think, like, you see yourself in other characters and in other and in these characters when you're reading, like we do. And for better or for worse, it makes us want to be like them sometimes. Like, quite honestly, I want to be an Amazon warrior purely because, I mean, fair enough, it is, you know, a movie, but I want to be an Amazon warrior. Like, I want to be like them. I want to be, you know, as fierce and strong and great and gorgeous as they are. And it's the same thing with books. Like, you read your heroines, because that's the thing as well. Like, I love books that have a strong female lead. Like, you read all of these heroines and what they do, and again, as naive as it may sound, you kind of want to be like them. Like, I want to be that badass. I want to be, you know, tearing down the patriarchy like that. I want to be doing all those. And even though it's a book, is like, yeah, they are fantasies and they are stories, but they're not the truth, but they are a truth. The point is, books are great, and I love them to bits, and I have no clue why I stopped, in all honesty. I like to think that I always look on the brighter side of things, and I always try and find the alternatives, like, you know, the better way out of something, or, you know, how to fix something. I like to think so. Whether that's the reality or not is a different situation. But not the point, not what I'm talking about. What I like is that because you read all of these things, right, your imagination, and I think for me it's more, I have no clue what I'm trying to say. Give me a minute. I have no clue what I'm trying to say right now. What I guess I'm trying to say is they give you a different outlook on life. Yeah, they may be fiction. Yeah, they may, you know, it may never be real, and I might never, you know, become, or, you know, meet a guy like that. Probably not. But it gives you a different perspective, because you think there is no reason for me to not have this life. To not, and by this life I mean the life that you want. Because in all books, really, people are doing that. In all of them, they're just living the life that they want. The other thing is, which again I love about books, wow, that's wonky, is they sort of influence what you like a lot. And by that I mean your whole aesthetic. So, and I hid this for so long, and I guess it's because of, like, the group of people I used to hang out with, I guess. In my friend group, we only have one thing really in common. The rest of it is because we choose to be friends that we are friends, which I think is great. But the point I'm making, the whole aesthetic of them, so, like, my aesthetic fully, and, like, all the things I like I love silk and satin dresses, I love the gowns, I love the balls, I love the revels, I love, you know, I love love, I love courting, I love, you know, all of that fun stuff, you know, all of, you know, the castles and the grand staircases and everything ethereal and magical that can be life. That can be, I have no doubt in my head that I can't. And that's what reading kind of does. It kind of influences that, because then, remember when Tumblr was a thing? Remember when that was a thing? I was part of every fandom you could think of. I read all of Beautiful Creatures. I read all of The Mortal Instruments. I read Insurgent, Divergent, Insurgent, and the other one. Read all of them. And on Tumblr, I was part of every single fandom you can possibly think of. Every single one. And it was great. Because you had a community of people that understood you, and you all had the same, you know, thoughts about things. Yeah, you all had the same thoughts, and you all would, you know, we would all fantasize or make up these what you call it, all these scenarios of all the characters, and you know, who we would be with, and you know, who we would like and which faction we would end up in and all of that. And then it just turns out, well, yeah, I don't know, it was just, we were all part of it and we all had fun. And then that kind of sticks with you throughout your life, really. So like, my dream house is essentially a castle. Like, if you imagine a grand staircase with, I'll try and find a picture of like the inspiration, because that's basically, Pinterest is the adult version of Tumblr, not gonna lie to you. The whole aesthetic is just there. Like, I want all the gowns, I want all the black lace, I want all the satin, I want the tattoos and piercings. Lord knows I have enough tattoos and piercings as it is, even though I don't have my piercings in. All the badness, or all of it. You know, Pinterest is just it's just the adult Tumblr, quite frankly. It is what it is. And it's a great thing. I just sit there and I fantasize. I'm like, yep, one day that's gonna be mine, one day I'm gonna have that. And I just make mood boards of the things I want. People think I'm weird. Like, my friends, again, like, they don't have, you know, the same taste or the same, you know, interest with me. And they think I'm weird as hell for it, but I don't really mind. It's what makes you, really. Being all individual. Like, I went on a date with this one guy. I say a date. We went on like 3 dates. He's absolutely lovely. Like, whoever that boy marries is gonna be the happiest and luckiest guy in the world. Like, he's just absolutely lovely. And like, we were just talking and I was like, thank you. Like, why does nobody else get it? Like, I don't just want to go out to a club every single night and then get home at like 6 in the morning and it's messy, and like, I want to dress nice. Go to a nice bar, you know? Just go sit, have drinks, last. That's it. Like, dress nice. Like that's I mean, that's one of the reasons I don't really go out that much, because it's like, I'll put on a dress and I'll easily be the most overdressed person there. And it's not, and I've also gone away from the tight and just everything's I had that phase where I thought that was cool. I'm out of that now. Sometimes I look back at pictures and I'm like, that, what in the hell were you thinking, woman? Like, why? Like, in some pictures, the flashback under my eye, oh shit, it's embarrassing. I really don't like dates, because it's literally an interview. You are literally sat across a table from somebody and you're just talking and you're asking each other questions and you're trying so hard to find the right answer to make the other person like you, when in reality you may not like half the things they're talking about. You know, you're just trying to say the right things and you're always worried, oh, am I gonna say the wrong thing and mess it up? Are they gonna like me and all of this? When that's not actually a representation of who the person is. Like, personally, if it was me, if I ever, you know, go date somebody, I'd be more like, okay, come out with me and my friends. It's like, you know, you see how I interact with other people, you know, how I am with my friends, because quite frankly, the few friends that I do hang out with and you see me with, they know who the true me is. Like, they've seen me happy, they've seen me sad, they've seen me depressed, they've seen me tequila drunk. I'm tequila drunk AJ. She's an experience. They've seen wet wine drunk AJ. They've seen, yeah. So it's like, you know, come see me in my natural habitat with them, with my family, and then decide if you like me or not. Put the plastic thing in the bin! Don't you want it back? No! You get new ones, put it in the bin! Oh, you kind of smart, so. Mom had to pull the light because it's getting dark. Am I making sense or am I just rambling? I'm pretty sure I'm just rambling along. Why does that look patchy? Sports at university was so good. Like, the camaraderie, the sportsmanship, events, even. The events, the socials. They were all great. Like, especially, like, because that's part of the basketball team, right? When you went away, like, and the best thing was varsity every year. We went to Chichester University, and it was just like the best thing, because everybody would go watch each other's games, because not everybody else was obviously playing at the same time. So we'd all be there supporting each other, and it'd just be great. Like, everybody from both universities would just be talking to each other. We'd all be like, you know, be trash talking each other, not in a rude way, just, you know, little friendly banter. We'd all be doing that, and it was just great fun. That's the thing, like, one of the major things I miss most about university is actually just the sports. I mean, the other great thing about university was living 5 minutes away from my best friends. Because my last summer, so the summer of my third year before I went into third year, one of my best friends, Miho, she lived 5 minutes away from me. So like when she walked up her road and I walked down mine, we literally met. So we lived 5 minutes away from each other, and then we worked 4 doors away from each other. So pretty much every Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it'd be, do you wanna go for a drink? Yeah, we'll go for one. The one drink turned into 1 bottle, which turned into 2 bottles, which then turned into her getting hit on outside Pandora on Manchester High Street. And me then having just on the phone to my boyfriend at the time, being like, I just on the phone to me until we're past the cathedral grounds because they're just following us now. University was a good time, man. It was so fun. Did any of that make sense? Did my entire ramble and storytelling of random points of my life and things that I think, did any of that make sense? I don't know. Hey, now you just had a little chit chat with me and you got to know a little bit something more about me. Why do my lips look so overlined? They really aren't. Oh well, I hope you enjoyed my little just talk at you session. I really didn't know I was doing this. This is, you know, this is what my face looks like at the end of it. It's great. Even though I didn't have a plan for my face either, we just kind of went with it. So yeah, I think that's just it for me for today. It's really late and I'm hungry now and I'm cold and I want to go eat food, like loads of food. So if you enjoyed this and you enjoy my rant, you know, make sure to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and be sure to share it with your grandma, auntie, uncle, your nanny, your dog, your cat, the guy that's outside doing some random thing on his phone. I don't know what he's doing. You know, share it to everybody. And if you do not, my darlings, already follow me on the thing we call the Instagram, please do follow me on Instagram. I shall put my name right down here. It's the same as Adrianna-Jade on Instagram. Like, hell, if you just Google Adrianna-Jade, you'll find it. You get me? So yeah, I hope you liked it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, angels. I mean, do you have a head? Ma, do you have a razor head?
You have no blades?
No, I mean I have one.
One what? Blade?
Yes.
Do you use it?
No, but I would need it eventually.
Okay, well we'll buy more by 9. Can I have it?
What you breaking?
I'll break it.
You sure about that?
Yeah, let's do. Give me the razor now.
Hold on now. Oh my back. Oh Jesus. I'm getting old. Ow. I'm getting old.